I just spent 8 weeks completely off of social media, and here are all the books that I read during that time. Starting off strong with maybe my favorite book of the entire summer, which was East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I read Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men back in January, and this has been on my list forever. And not only did it not disappoint, but it completely exceeded my expectations. I'm really looking forward to rereading it. Next up was The Alchemist. I finished it in an afternoon. In a similar genre to The Alchemist is The Little Prince. I had read this before, but I thought it was worth a reread because I'm moving to the city where the author is from. I actually read this twice this summer, once in English and once in French. By the same author, I read Wind, Sand, and Stars. I stumbled upon this at a coffee shop, which was also a secondhand bookstore. Unlike The Little Prince, which is a fiction, this is a memoir. This was my self-help book for the summer. This is How to Love Better by Young Pueblo. This is a book that I read over a much longer period of time to let things sink in. This was my other standout of the summer. This is Evening in the Palace of Reason. This was gifted to me and completely changed my life. It is about the night that J.S. Bach met Frederick the Great. I don't have a physical copy of this because I read it as an ebook, but I also read Weapons of Rhetoric by Judy Tarling. This is a nonfiction and is essentially a guidebook for classical musicians about how to use the principles of rhetoric to influence their phrasing and music making. This is going to be a book that I reference forever till I'm dead. Another book I really loved this summer was Absolutely on Music by Haruki Murakami and Seiji Ozawa. This book was a collection of interviews and conversations that the two authors had over a number of afternoons. It was a beautiful book, a really light read, and an inspiring one as well. And last but not least, we have the two books that I am smack dab in the middle of right now. Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. I have never really gotten into the Russian literature, and I told myself I was going to do it this summer. We'll see how it turns out. And the last one, which I just started, is The Rest is Noise by Alex Ross. Let me read you the back. In this sweeping and dramatic narrative, Alex Ross weaves together the events of the 20th century and its music. This will definitely be one that I take on the plane to France. Up next on my list are Grapes of Wrath and Count of Monte Cristo. Let me know if you have more recommendations for me, and go read a book or go practice.